and welcome to this technology integration series. My name is Blaze Ella and welcome to the first unit. In this unit, we will look at the introduction to technology integration in education. Some time ago, Zuzana Molkanova made this statement: technology won't replace teachers, but teachers who use technology will probably replace teachers who do not. Now, do you agree with this statement? What are your considerations? I'm sure this is worth pondering over. For a long time, there has been a great push for the integration of technology into education. In line with this, frameworks and standards have been developed to help teachers understand their new roles in this ever-changing world. In this unit, we will make reference to two of these frameworks and standards. The first is the TPACK framework. The TPACK framework highlights the required knowledge domains of teachers. These knowledge domains are technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge. So if we are to begin from the bottom, which is the typical journey of a teacher first acquires expertise in a specific subject matter area, and that is what content is about. And then we move on to pedagogical knowledge, which emphasizes expertise in teaching, that is, the ability to transmit knowledge from yourself as a teacher to a learner. And then we move on to technological knowledge, which requires the use of the appropriate tools to empower and facilitate the processes in teaching and learning. There could be certain anomalies that could be observed when teachers don't have these three knowledge domains. For instance, a teacher that has just content knowledge and pedagogical knowledge, of course, will be a very great teacher, but then will not be able to harness the potentials of technology to drive his or her lessons home. There could also be a situation when a teacher possesses just content knowledge and technological knowledge. What happens in this case? The teacher may just fuss about the technology and not really focus on how to use it to teach. So you have content that students are able to access using technology, but then they may not be able to learn from them. And the next fragment is when the teacher possesses the pedagogical knowledge and the technological knowledge, but doesn't have the content knowledge. So this person knows how to teach and knows how to use the technology, but is not grounded in his or her subject matter area. So you see, there's still a problem. But then when a teacher possesses the content knowledge, the pedagogical knowledge, and the technological knowledge, such a teacher is an empowered teacher and can do a lot to facilitate students' learning. And now let's look at a standard for technology integration into education. This standard was developed by the International Society for Technology in Education, ISTE. They've developed standards for different stakeholders in education. They've developed for educators, for administrators, for students, and several other stakeholders. But for the sake of this series, we will streamline our thoughts to standards for educators. What are these standards? Well, 21st century educators are expected to be learners, leaders, digital citizens, collaborators, designers, facilitators, and analysts. Now, when you look at these different roles 21st century teachers are expected to play, you'll find out that technology has a great part to play. With technology, teachers could be lifelong learners. They could easily collaborate with their students as well as their co-teachers. They can use technology to analyze students' learning and improve upon it. They could use technology to facilitate students' learning. So you see, technology has a great role to play in today's teaching and learning environment, and teachers have to stand up to this challenge. But you see, the problem is that over time, many teachers have not really expressed interest in the use of technology for teaching. But now, as a result of different circumstances, and of course, the obvious disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the dynamics of school as we know it has changed. and there are not much choices left. How and where will teachers and students meet? Well, a possible solution is remote learning, and that requires the use of technologies. When schools eventually reopen, what would it look like? Are teachers really ready for this urgent and necessary change? How will teachers cope in the post-COVID period? A quick point to note: when it comes to technology integration, it doesn't happen automatically. Typically, there are stages teachers go through in their confidence and ease of use of technologies. In this series, we will go through these different stages and more. So, for more on teaching strategies in the post-COVID period, stay tuned.